What's going on, guys? Auzio here. Welcome back to a brand new video. So today we have got another defenders tier list, and we have got a crazy amount of defenders to go through today. So I want to get into it, but before I do, I just want to let you guys know that this is my personal tier list. I understand there's going to be different opinions about certain players, and it's fine to have a different opinion. If you felt like someone should have gone higher or lower, just let me know who they are in the comment section. But let's get into it, starting off with Foot Fantasy Ruben Dias. I love him. There's no other way of saying it. He is so good, and I'm so happy I have got this card untradeable on the main account. Ruben Dias is going to be our first S tier card, a card that I cannot wait to see how good he's going to be with those upgrades as well. Laporte, great centre back, really fast. As good as Dias though? No. In my opinion, Laporte does deserve to go into the A+ tier. Konate, still love using him time to time. He's so fast in that centre-back position. Catches up the players very easily. Great reach on him as well. On the same level as Dias though, that's pushing it. Konate, you are going to go into the A+ tier as well. Winter wildcard Varane, the reach. The reach Varane has with his animations are simply incredible. And that is why he is going above Konate and Laporte. And he is going in the S tier. Luke Shaw, solid centre-back. Honestly, very nice, but not as good as Konate or Laporte. Not that good. Sure, you are going to be our first A tier card. Bremer, same thing. He's a nice centre-back. He's got a good amount of pace, good tackling ability, but not as good as Konate or Laporte. Bremer is going to go into the A tier as well. Capdevila, Foot Fantasy. The World Cup card would go into the S tier as well. The base card, on the other hand, though, the base card will not go into the S tier. But yeah, the Foot Fantasy, definitely S tier. Ricardo Carvalho, unreal tackling, reach on him, great like animations, really like wraps his legs around individuals to just kind of get that ball. Pace, it can sometimes be a little bit of an issue. For me, Ricardo Carvalho, at the time he came out, was fantastic. Now, I think there's better centre-backs, and that is why I'm going to put him in the A tier and not the A+ tier. Wan-Bissaka, it's top tier. Beautiful road to the knockout card. Great tackling animations, good pace, nice physicals as well. Wan-Bissaka for me is a solid A+ tier card. Ledley King, the aggression this guy has when going into tackles is simply amazing. Ledley King for me deserves to go into the A+ tier. Pace, good. Tackling, good. Physicals, good. Aggression though on the card, definitely could be better, I must admit. He's a fantastic card, great reactions to him as well. Badiashile, I'm going to put him in the A+ tier. Spinazzola, I do like Spinazzola down the line. A lot of people thought this card was going to come out with 5-star skill moves. Unfortunately, they did not give him 5-star skill moves, but I still do like him in that fullback position, and it's another card that deserves to go into the A+ tier. Ferland Mendy, 100%. Winter wildcard, deserves to go S tier. I don't think I need to speak much about him. You guys already know how good that card is. Calabria, I don't mind Calabria. It's just he really isn't anything special. Not as good as Spinazzola or Wan-Bissaka. Calabria is going to go into the A tier. Kolasinac, underrated. 98 strength, 98 aggression is outrageously good. The pace is good in that centre-back position as well. Tackling-wise, it could be better, but it definitely is not bad. Kolasinac, I'm going to put you in the A+ tier. Miranda, cheap. Very cheap. Like 60k, 70k. You are getting an amazing fullback for that price. S tier, in my opinion, is pushing it though. He's very good. I do like him. But S tier, yeah, pushing it. I'm going to say A+ for him. Joao Cancelo, on the other hand, definitely S tier for me. The thing with Joao Cancelo is, yes, his physicals on the card doesn't look that great, but his unique body type makes him feel way stronger in game than what you think if you're just basing it off like stats. Once you use this card in game, you really realize that he is not a weak player at all. Cancelo, definitely S tier for me. Lucas Vazquez, he's all right. Like, I like how all-rounded he is. You know, he gives you something going forward. He gives you something on defense as well. I'm not going to put him on the same level as Wan-Bissaka or Miranda, but I'm definitely going to put him in the A tier. Another nice fullback. Doesn't feel great on the ball. That is something I will say. It can definitely be a little bit annoying as well, but I'm not going to put him in the B+ tier. For me, he's an A tier card. Cuadrado, love how good he is going forward with the 5-star skill moves. Defensively, can sometimes be a little bit of an issue. Definitely defense-wise, it's not like amazing, but I am going to put him in the A+ tier because I feel like, yeah, S tier pushing it with how he is on defense, but as I said, going forward, very good. A+ tier is comfortable for that Quadrado card. Upamecano, definitely. I used him yesterday in a first honor Fiesta on the main account because I did actually end up packing him untradeable from the 83 plus times 10. This card is insane, and it's another card that I cannot wait to see how good he actually is with those upgrades. He could potentially get all 4 upgrades, but I'm actually going to say 3 upgrades for him. 4, I feel like is pushing it because they are playing Dortmund, I believe, is in like the second game. But yeah, Upamecano, S tier. Mascherano, as a DM, not bad. As a centre-back, in my opinion, as a centre-back, B+ tier. He is worse than Luke Shaw, in my opinion, and definitely worse than Bremer as well, and Carvalho. Araujo, 100% S tier. 100%. So good. Such a good centre-back. Pace, tackling, physicals. He's got it all. The Ligt wants to watch card. Ooh. I do like this card. I like how high his sprint speed is as well with that Shadow Chemsol applied. He goes into tackles very aggressively, making sure he's coming out with a ball. I'm not going to put the Ligt though on the same level as Araujo, Upamecano, Varane or Ruben Dias. I'm going to put the Ligt once again in the A+ tier. Jimenez, pace. The pace is an issue, and that is why he's going all the way down into the B+ tier. Fofana, this is a card that I feel like certain people have slept on, but don't sleep on him. I'm telling you guys right now, do not sleep on this Fofana card. He might not get another upgrade, but this card is insane, and that is why I'm putting him in the S tier. He's one of those cards, if you can fit him into your team, go ahead and do it. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Boateng, pace. Pace again, massive issue, and that is why he's going into the B+ tier. Realm's 2-star weak foot can definitely be a little bit annoying when you're trying to pass the ball. Physicals on Realm as well, not great. Defending, he can put in a very good tackle. I would rather have Calabria, I would rather have Vanderson, and I'd rather have Lucas Vasquez in the fullback position over Realm. I'm going to put Realm in the B+ tier. Singo, I love how tall he is, 6'3". He covers the backstick headers really well, and his reach in a fullback position when going in for tackles is solid. I'm going to put Singo in the A tier. Not a massive fan of Fran Garcia. He feels all right on the ball. He is extremely fast. He can put in a nice tackle as well, but I definitely would rather have someone like Vanderson, Lucas Vasquez, Calabria in that fullback position over Fran Garcia. I'm going to put Fran Garcia in the B+ tier. It's another one of those centre-backs that I'm like, yes, he has got a lot of pace, but the reactions on this Lacroix card is the reason a lot of through balls go past him. And I definitely would rather have someone like Luke Shaw, Bremer, and Ricardo Carvalho in that centre-back positions over Lacroix. So I'm going to put Lacroix in the B+ tier as well. Schlotterbeck, a once-to-watch card, so a card that can obviously get more upgrades as well. This Schlotterbeck right now, for me, he's a solid A tier. I do like how EA did give away this card for pretty much free just by grinding out draft. So you did the draft SBC, get the token, obviously, and then play draft, and then you would get Schlotterbeck eventually while playing. So yeah, that was a great thing from EA. He is a nice centre-back, but on the same level as Canate, Laporte, nah, no shot. Team of the Year Van Dijk, I don't think I need to speak much about him, but you guys know how good this card is. Stories card would go into the S tier as well. The gold though, gold Virgil van Dijk, in my opinion, not S tier anymore. Gold Virgil van Dijk would go into the A+ tier. The lot, love him. Love him. No other way of putting it. He is so good, and it's another one of those cards, in my opinion, that is underrated. He is simply incredible. It's another card I recommend if you can fit him into your team. Maybe you've got like a João Cancelo in your team, maybe like a Ruben Dias. The lot fits perfectly in those because obviously, you know, the Portuguese links and the Prem links as well. Honestly, try him. You won't be disappointed. Absolutely love him, and that's why he's been in my weekend league teams for a while. Angelino, foot fantasy, dribbling on the card is amazing. Defending, putting in tackles, very good as well. Pace, very good. Physicals on the card, you definitely do notice a few players kind of just like slide past him because he's not a big player and he isn't a strong player either. I would rather have someone like Miranda in the fullback position. I'd rather have someone like Quadrado as well in that fullback position over Angelino. He's a great fullback, but I'm going to put him in the A tier because I just don't believe he deserves to go on the same level as the fullbacks in the A+ tier. Gavardio, 100%, 100% S tier card. He's so good. He might not be the tallest of centre backs. He's a 6-foot centre back, so not as tall as someone like Varane or Ruben Dias or Fofana. But the way he goes into those tackles, the way he transitions as well is simply amazing. Gvardiol, definitely S tier. Coleman, I don't mind Coleman. I'm pretty sure this card doesn't go for like 20k either. I'm pretty sure he's like a 60 to 70k card. Maybe just a little bit lower than that. I'm not 100%. Listen, he's a nice fullback, I must admit. It's just he isn't like anything crazy. He isn't Wan-Bissaka good. He isn't Spinazzola good. He isn't Cuadrado good. I'm going to put Coleman in the A tier though, because I definitely would take him over the fullbacks in the B+ tier. Marvi, love the fact that he has got a 5-star weak foot. That's something I'm always going to love in a fullback position, knowing that I can turn either side and it's going to be a very good pass from him. Again though, I just don't believe he deserves to go in the A+ tier with the fullbacks that I'm looking at in the A+ tier. I believe he was A+ tier last time, but I'm going to drop him down into the A tier now. Marquinhos, he needs a card. He needs a better card. This card is still good. This card still goes for like a lot of coins as well. I think it's 600k plus. The thing with Marquinhos, which makes him not S tier, is the pace. The pace is not bad. He feels faster in game than what it says on the actual card. But it just feels like sometimes he's getting outpaced, and it's annoying to see because Marquinhos is just one of those centre-backs that is just incredibly good defensively when going into tackles, when intercepting certain stuff. So yeah, Marquinhos definitely needs a better card, but I'm not going to put this card any lower than the A+ tier because he is very good and he definitely does perform better than what his stats says pace-wise. Timber, fantastic centre-back, not tall, not an amazing reach on him, but very good. I'm going to put him in the A+ tier. If you know how to use Timber, he will really shine for you. World Cup Lucio. Yep, definitely. Both versions, just to let you guys know. Both versions of Lucio would go S tier. Foot Fantasy Cordoba, when the ball is on the ground, this guy gets it the majority of the time. Even though he isn't a tall centre-back, he's 5'8". His reach, the reach is like a 6'2" player's reach. It is amazing. The issue is with Cordoba, and it's the reason a lot of pro players are not using him, is simply because crossing in this game is very good. And that's why a lot of people have these tall centre-backs. They have players like a Rojo. They have players like Virgil van Dijk, Varane. Those players cover the headers really well. They cover the crosses. With Cordoba being 5'8", it's very annoying when you miss out on those 50-50s. I'm going to put Cordoba in the A+ tier. I don't believe he deserves to go into the S tier. Alphonso Davies, on the other hand, yeah, definitely an S tier card. I know a lot of people question the work rates, but as long as you have him on like a stay back while attacking, honestly, he doesn't go as forward as much as you probably think he would go. If you do have him though in a 4-3-2-1, playing him as the left back and have him on like join the attack or overlap, trust me, this guy going forward is just insane. Alphonso Davies, definitely an S tier fullback for me. Gunter, I love his physicals. That's something I've always loved on this Gunter card. He goes up the players, he bodies them out of the way, he goes very aggressively into tackles, but as good as the fullbacks in the A+ tier, in my opinion, no. Gunter is going to go into the A tier. Klosterman, I still rate this Klosterman card a lot. He's extremely fast. He puts in a crazy good tackle as well. I'm going to continue to put Klosterman in the A+ tier. Very good centre-back in my opinion. Theo Hernandez, team of the year, 100%. 100% S tier card. Pavard. Ooh. The thing with Pavard, right, he's more of a centre-back than he is a fullback. I would not use this card in a fullback position just because of his dribbling ability. It's not great. In a centre-back position, he's nice, but not as good as Klosterman, Konate, Laporte. Nah, not as good as the centre-backs in the A+ tier. Pavard is going to go into the A tier. Team of the year, Eder Militao. We have so many good centre-backs in this game. It is ridiculous. A team of the year, Eder Militao, needs to go into the S tier. Robertson, 5-star skill moves, 2-star weak foot. The 2-star weak foot is a little bit annoying, I must admit. But yeah, having 5-star skill moves on Robertson, you know, being able to do the running scoop, turn around the corner, being able to pull off like a McGeady spin cancel at a tight angle, it's always great to see. I do like Robertson, and I do have this card untradeable on the main account. It's just, I don't believe he deserves to go into the S tier. I think S tier is pushing it for him. Tomori, on the other hand, winter wild card, another S tier centre-back. Simply incredible. Eric Bailly, very good centre-back. Great SBC from EA as well. I do like Bailly. It's just he's not as good as like Tomori or Eder Militao or Gvardiol. Nah, I'm going to put Bailly in the A+ tier. Phil Jones. Listen, Phil Jones, when I reviewed the card, it was nice. We did a duo review. It was Phil Jones and Smalling. Jones honestly wasn't as bad as I thought he was going to be, but he really isn't like anything amazing. And if I put this card on the same level as someone like Bremer, Luke Shaw, Ricardo Carvalho, nah, I can't do it. I'm going to put Phil Jones in the B+ tier. Tagliafico, do love the fact that they gave him a 3-star week for upgrade. That's really nice from EA. I do like him. I'm going to put him in the A tier. I don't think he deserves to go any higher than that, but I definitely would take that Tagliafico card over the fullbacks in the B+ tier. Romero, ooh, great tackling, great physicals as well. Pace isn't amazing, but definitely isn't bad. I'm going to put Romero in the A+ tier. Kalulu. Kalulu's an interesting one because I do like him, but I don't love him. Again, I just think it's a solid A+ tier card. Yeah, definitely would take him over the centre-backs in the A tier. Yeah, putting Kalulu on the same level as someone like Schlotterbeck, nah, Kalulu is better than that. I'm going to put him in the A+ tier. Baragi. Baragi again, good fullback. Decent all-rounded, can go forward, doesn't feel bad on the ball, but as good as Robertson, as good as the fullbacks in the A+ tier, nah. Baragi, you are going to go in the A tier. Smalling, flashback card. He needs to go up there, man. He needs to go up there. A lot of people was asking me in the stream, asking if Smalling is still an S tier card. He is. With the way he reaches out to tackles, the way he intercepts, the way he gets out the players, catches up the players, it was an incredible SBC. And if you are like rolling around with a Serie A team and you didn't do Smalling or you missed out on Smalling, I do feel sorry for you because, yeah, he is definitely one of the best Serie A centre-backs in the game. Kimpembe, definitely an S-tier centre-back as well. Guerrero, ooh, the sprint speed on Guerrero is annoying. He's got high acceleration, but that sprint speed is awful. I'm going to put him in the B+ tier. Nuno Tavares, very expensive objective because you had to complete, I think it was, is it 50? I can't remember exactly. I think it was 50, 82 rated teams, and you got an 82+ player pick, and then you would eventually get him. Very expensive objective, but a very good objective. 5-star weak foot, great on the ball, long shot ability as well, great defensively. Nuno Tavares, I'm going to put you in the A+ tier. Saliba, another one of those cards that I cannot wait to see how good he is with the upgrades, because he's going to get upgrades. You guys know how good Arsenal are performing right now. That Saliba card, 6'4", is going to be so good. He's already an S-tier card in my opinion. Sergio Ramos, don't need to say much. I think you guys already know how good he is. Honestly, when I reviewed this card, and I say this every time, when I reviewed this card, the first 2 days, I thought, okay, he's getting outpaced. His tackling ability is Ramos at the end of the day. It's going to be amazing, but he's getting outpaced. After the first 2 days, when I used him again on like the 3rd and 4th day, I was like, huh? What's happening here? All of a sudden, he's catching up to literally everyone. And now, for me, he's up there with the best centre-backs in the game. This Ramos card, something happened. That's all I have to say about that. So yeah, S tier for Ramos. Marquez, great tackling ability. Honestly, one of the best tackling animations that I've seen in this game. Like, his animations are just insane to me. The reason he's not going into the S tier though is because of the pace. The pace on the card definitely could have been better. I'm going to put Marquez in the A+ tier. Timothy Hakimi, for me, the best fullback in the game. That's all I have to say about Hakimi. Malacia, great fullback. Not a very tall fullback, so doesn't really cover those backstick headers really well. But he's nice on the ball. He's got a good amount of pace. His tackling is good as well. Goes into tackles very aggressively. I'm going to put him in the A+ tier. Bonucci, good tackling, nice animations, but the pace definitely could have been better on Bonucci. Yeah, I'm not going to put him in the A tier. I'm going to put him in the B+ tier. Koundé's been one of those players this year that I've always been confused about, because you look at this Koundé card, you're like, all right, he's a solid card, but he's not going to be anything insane if you're just basing it off stats. But in-game, this guy wins so many 50-50s, it is a joke. He wins the ball up in the air like he's a 6'3", 6'2", well, I said 6'2", 6'3" player. There you go. Honestly, he just confuses me so much. And if Koundé does get a better card than his Phenoms card, we're looking at an S-tier centre-back. We are. Right now, though, yeah, this card, is a A+ for me. Rudiger, once to watch card, incredible, no question about it. Definitely S tier. Godfrey, ooh, he came out a while back. Godfrey, for me, he's alright, but not as good as Schlotterbeck. Nah, not as good as someone like Pavard in a centre-back position as well. I'm going to put Godfrey in the B+ tier. Showdown Stones. Now, the best comparison for Stones is Laporte. These two are very, very similar. For me, Stones is just slightly better than Laporte, but not as good as Saliba, Ruben Dias, Fofana, Winter, Wildcard Varane. He isn't as good, in my opinion, as those 4 players. I'm going to put Stones in the A+ tier. I know a lot of people, though, would put him in the S tier. Acuna, great tackling ability, nice on the ball as well. For me, he's more of a centre mid than he is a fullback. The pace on Acuna is the reason a lot of people don't use him in that fullback position anymore. With the attackers that we play up against now, it's just, he's not a player that catches up very easily. Robertson is better, Malacia is better. Yeah, the fullbacks in the A+ tier are better. I'm going to put him in the A tier. Tau, insane. So good all-rounded, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. He just offers you so much on that pitch, and it's definitely a card that I love in that right back position, and that is why I'm putting him in the S tier. Path to Glory, Kyle Walker, a card that still goes for a ridiculous amount of coins, and it's understandable because he definitely is up there with the best fullbacks in the game. Trent, this is going to surprise a few people. I like Trent, but I don't love Trent. The reason I don't love Trent anymore is simply because of the physicals. There's been a lot of occasions when I use Trent, right? Like, he puts in a good tackle, he catches up the plays easily, but there's times that certain wingers just slide past him because he isn't a strong player. He's not a player that, you know, really holds off an individual, and that is really annoying to see, in my opinion. I do prefer someone like Dalot. Again, I know that's going to surprise a few people, but honestly, I do. I prefer Dalot over Trent. I am not going to put Trent in the S tier. I'm going to put him in the A+ tier. The thing is, right, if Trent had better physicals, S tier, 100%. It's just with how his physicals are, it's not great. And I know someone like Joao Cancelo, stats-wise, physicals aren't great. But as I told you guys earlier, with his unique body type, it's a body type that isn't small. It's a body type that is quite thick, and it makes him feel stronger in-game than what the stat says on the card. With Trent, that is not the case because Trent's body type is quite thin. Tavernier, great all-rounded card. A card that I did have in the S tier. I don't believe I had him last time in the S tier. I think it was A+ last time, but the time before that, it was S tier. Tavernier is really nice. I do like him on that Shadow Chem style in that fullback position, but I'm not gonna put him in the S tier. I'm gonna put him in the A+ tier once again. Nuno Mendes. I do like Nuno Mendes, but again, S tier for me is pushing it. He is one of those fullbacks that I do like, but one of those fullbacks that needed those upgrades. If he got those upgrades, we're looking at an S tier fullback. 100% we are. But this card, for me, goes into the A+ tier. The reason he is that much on the market, in my opinion, is because of the links. PSG, Portuguese. I think, you know, there's a certain individual that he gets a very, very nice link to. So yeah, Nuno Mendes for me is an A+ tier card. Cola's tackling is nice, physicals is nice as well. It's just the pace is a little bit of an issue. Yeah, he's not on the A+ tier. Cola for me is just a comfortable A tier card. Fabio, great pace down the line, nice on the ball as well. Definitely better than the fullbacks in the B+ tier, but not as good as the fullbacks in the A+ tier. I'm going to put him in the A tier. Team of the tournament, Dumfries, defensively, very good. Going forward though, with that dribbling ability, whole different story. Dumfries for me is a solid A+ tier card. Not as good as the S tier fullbacks. Sule, sprint speed, up there. Acceleration, not great, but he is a 6'5" player. So if you are a person that parks the bus, honestly, Sule is going to be great for you because of how he reaches out to certain tackles, let's say. He's not as good as Konate though. Yeah, he's not as good as Laporte. He's not as good as someone like Stones either. Sule is going to go into the A tier. PK, a card that came out a while back, but a card that I still do rate. He still goes for a good amount on the market as well, and it's understandable because this card, for me, when he came out, really did surprise me. I believe at one point he was in the S tier as well. Can't remember 100% though. The pace on the card, still good. Tackling, good. Physicals, good. Reactions, good. Passing, good. I'm telling you, PK is still up there. He still deserves to go into the A+ tier. Ones to watch Dest, on the other hand, listen, I do like the upgrade they gave him. The upgrade is nice from, I believe it was an 81 overall to an 84 overall. That was nice. It's just, with Coleman now being in the A tier, Fabio being in the A tier, Angelino being in the A tier, Dest cannot go on that level. I'm going to put him in the B+ tier. Carvajal, I still rate this card. This card is still very good. Passing down the line, great. Dribbling on the ball, could be better, but definitely isn't bad. Tackling wise, top tier. Pace, very, very solid. I'm going to put Carvajal in the A+ tier. Klaus is a weird one because defensively, Klaus isn't great. Going forward, dribbling wise, not great. Passing ability, pace, very, very good. I would rather have Angelina. Yeah, I would rather have a Marvi. I would rather have Coleman. I'm going to put Klaus in the B+ tier. I know that's going to hurt a few people because I know a few people do use Klaus. It's just, I don't think he's an A tier fullback anymore. I really don't, especially with like Tagliafico being in there as well. Yeah, Klaus, you are going to go in the B+ tier. Beautiful fullback. Obviously gets that really nice link to someone like João Felix, Correa as well. Also gets that link to, what's the other Atletico Madrid player? Memphis Depay, that recently came out. Molina's honestly really, really solid. He's great defensively. He's nice going forward. Molina, I'm going to put you in the A+ tier. Timber, I'm going to throw him straight up there. Straight up there in the A+ tier. Lengthy on that anchor chem style. Just great to get out the players. If you are a person that doesn't like to sit back, you like to, you know, run out to players really quickly, get out to your opponent so you can put in an early tackle, Timber is going to be that guy for you. Trust me, you won't be disappointed with him. Kim Min-jae, a card that, in my opinion, is still very good. But for me, Kim Min-jae needs a better card. With how he has been this year, I'm not going to act like I've watched Napoli every single game. No, I haven't, all right? But this guy's been spoke about the whole year, the whole season. He's apparently having an amazing, amazing season. Apparently, he's going to be leaving in the summer as well. For me, Kim Min-jae needs a better card in FIFA than this Path to Glory card. He's A+, but definitely if they give him a better card, maybe improve his stats by like just 3, S tier. We're looking at an S tier centre-back. Koulibaly. Talking about S tier centre backs, Koulibaly is definitely going to go up there. A card that needs upgrades, in my opinion. Definitely a card that needs upgrades. He's great right now. It's just, once he gets those upgrades, you know, he's going to maybe touch the S tier. Maybe. But Umtiti for me right now, A+. Ben White, when I used him, I did like him, but I didn't love him. He's not as good as Umtiti. He's not as good as Kim Min-jae. He's not as good as players like PK, Kalulu, Marquez in that centre-back position. I'm going to put Ben White in the A tier. Alaba, let me go ahead and move myself down here because this card is going to go into the S tier. Keep in mind, it's a road to the final card. They ended up just beating Liverpool. This card will be a 91 overall. I love Alaba. Even though he is a small centre-back, he isn't 6'2" or above. He's 5'11". The reach Alaba has is insane. The transition speed that Alaba has as well. Honestly, one of the best transition speeds you will see in this game. The way this guy goes left and right, being able to just cover both sides your opponent is going to turn to. Yeah, it's something that I do love in that centre-back position. Alaba, definitely S tier. Spence, ooh, not bad. Definitely would take him over Dest, Klaus, Guerrero in a fullback position, but not as good as players like Molina. Nah, Spence is going to go in the A tier. DeMarcos, same thing. DeMarcos is nice, but he just isn't anything amazing. I definitely wish he had a better dribbling ability, especially going forward with him. Like with his pace going forward, it's nice because you can get around the corners. It's just when you try to go for those sharp turns with him, you find a little bit, you find it a little bit hard to do so. So yeah, DeMarcos for me, A tier. Tuta just got knocked out of the Champions League, won't be getting any more upgrades. He's all right. Like, tackling is nice, physicals is nice. It's definitely a card that needed upgrades. I'm not going to put him in a B+ tier. I'm going to put him in the A tier, though. Azpilicueta, same thing, really. A card that is good. A card that has got great transition speed. He actually feels nice on the ball as well for a centre-back. It's just he isn't anything amazing. Azpilicueta, for me, is going to go in the A tier. Jordi Alba, pace, good. Dribbling, good as well. The thing with Jordi Alba, which is definitely annoying to see, is the physicals. The physicals really does like hold him back. It's another one of those players that allows players to get round him. He's not a strong player, so he can't hold off someone. I would rather have Trent, definitely. I'd rather have Miranda in that left back position as well. Yeah, Jordi Alba is going to go into the A tier this time. Martinez, more of a DM than he is a centre back. I wouldn't play him left back. That's something I will say. Left back's a bit, it's rather centre back or DM for me, and yeah, I definitely do prefer him in a DM position over that centre back position. As a centre back, A tier, not anything higher than that. Trimmel, not bad, but not great either. Yeah, definitely not on the same level as like Nuno Mendes or Miranda again, or Wan-Bissaka. No shot. Trimmel, I'm gonna put you in the A tier. Trippier, one of those winter wildcards that a lot of people did actually end up getting because of how cheap he was as a swap token reward, but not a fullback that goes on the same tier as the fullbacks in the A+ tier. Nah, no way. Trippier, I'm going to put you in the A tier here. Enrics, decent showdown, not a great showdown. Another fullback that is just an A tier for me. Skriniar, foot fantasy Skriniar. Now, this is a tough one because, in my opinion, Skriniar is better than Konate. He is better than Laporte. He is better than Stones, Marquinhos, and De Ligt, but he isn't as good just yet as Saliba, Ruben Dias, Upamecano, Fofana. Skriniar for me, and I don't usually do this, I'm going to put him here. I'm going to put him right in between. Right in between the S tier and the A+ tier. Because, like, he is slightly, he's on the verge of going into the S tier, but he's not there just yet. So yeah, right there, I think that's perfect for him. Danilo, not a bad inform, I must admit. Actually a decent inform, but I'm going to put him in the A tier for me. Like, Danilo, he's good, but he isn't anything crazy. And with us having like Ledley King in there now, Cordoba, Marquez, you know, Umtiti, yeah, Danilo can't go on the same level as those centre backs. I did kind of underrate Ismaili last time. I think I put him in the A tier. But then I'm looking at the A+ tier now, like Nuno Mendes and stuff, and I just don't believe he deserves to go there. So I'm going to put Ismaili once again in the A tier. And apparently, that is our last player. So just like that, we have ourselves our defenders tier list. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my top 5 centre-backs and top 5 fullbacks. There was a lot of people wanting me to do top 5 simply because top 3, it was getting covered by Team of the Year cards. So yeah, top 5 centre-backs. Let's start off with that. Number 1, Virgil van Dijk. Second, Eder Militao. Third, Koulibaly. So the same top 3 as last time. Fourth, World Cup Lucio. Definitely. And in my 5th spot, I am going to go... It's a tough one. For me, it's between Ramos and Araujo. And I'm going to go Araujo. I'm going to go Future Stars Araujo. That card is broken in my opinion. So yeah, 5th, Araujo. Top 5 fullbacks, Hakimi, number 1. Second, Theo. Third, Foot Fantasy, Capdevila. Still, listen, Capdevila is great, but better than Theo, in my opinion, no. Fourth, I'm going to say Kyle Walker. Path to Glory, Kyle Walker. And in the 5th spot, man, this is tough. In the 5th spot, I see Alphonso Davies. I see Dalot. I see João Cancelo. Man, who is in the 5th spot? Cancelo? No. Mendy. Winter wildcard Mendy takes that 5th spot. So that is my top 5 centre-backs and top 5 fullbacks. Let me know your top 5 centre-backs in the comment section. I'm not going to ask for your fullbacks as well because that's me. I feel like asking for a little bit too much. Cheap beast that you guys could end up picking up without spending like a ridiculous amount of coins. S tier. I mean, there is some cheap players, but they're not really cheap. Like, the lot's like 200k. I actually think he might be just under now. For that price, honestly... bargain in my opinion. A Tau as well, not really that expensive, but not really a cheap beast. Very good fullback for like 250k. I don't think there's anyone else there that's really that cheap. Yeah, everyone else there is expensive. Skriniar, 200 something k, incredible card as well, but not exactly cheap. Konate, I think he's like 100 and something k, maybe under 100k, but I don't think so. I believe he's like 140, 150. Great card to try out. Catches up to pretty much everyone. Miranda, definitely a card I recommend. 70k, I think it is for him, and he's such a good fullback. Dumfries, I recommended him last time. You guys know how good he is on defense. Very cheap card, very good card. Kim Min Jae, another card I recommended last time. Great centre back for the price he is going for. I'm trying to like see maybe a few more that I can give you guys. I guess Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka doesn't go for much anymore, and he is still that guy in my opinion. So yeah, that is a few cheap beasts that you guys could try out. Once again, let me know your top 5 centre backs in the comment section. But that is going to be it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.